Hi, I'm Russell Schindler. I'm the CEO and founder of SampleServe. Today I want to talk to you about a little bit about coolers and samples and things that come from laboratories. This is a great example of packaging coming from a lab. There's a couple of things I want to point out, and I think we can do some improvements on it. This is a lab, big national lab. You may recognize them. I'm not going to mention their name, but the thing that you open up the cooler, first thing you see is a package of information, a bunch of stickers, custody seal, shipping labels, address label. Then the next thing in here is a completed or partially completed, it's partially typed digital or paper chain of custody. It's a 3-part triplicate paper. It's got a lot of the sample information already on there. And then there's a bunch of other shipping information in the cooler. You dig deeper into the cooler, some packing material, and what they've done, and this is very helpful from a laboratory, is they've grouped all the sample bottles for each sample location and included labels that are mostly completed. So this is one sample location. You grab another one, it's a different sample location, the labels are in here, and it's very handy, very useful, so you know exactly what you're doing at each location. But you're trusting that the person who packed this did it correctly. You can check, your chain and make sure that you're doing it right, but you're trusting that this person packed everything and it's properly labeled and you've got the right labels. So you have to be careful that you're checking to make sure that the labels say the right things. So, like I said, great setup, state of the art. These guys got it together in terms of this type of shipping and packaging. There is a better way, though, in my opinion, and that way is to use the SampleServe field app coupled with our lab app. So with our field app, you're able to go in here, select the sample locations you want. You can actually communicate with the lab. They'll send you the appropriate number of bottles. They don't have to spend 20-30 minutes packing this cooler. They just throw in the appropriate number of bottles and some packing material, and that's all you need. Everything else is done with our app. So you pick your sample location, it'll print out the labels. Every label you need, every bottle type, everything's already on here. It comes right off the printer. If you're doing 5 bottles, it'll print 5 labels. If you only had 2, it'll print 2 labels. All the information's right there. And then the second part of the efficiency, besides just packing the cooler, is when those samples go back to the lab, they're able to use the laboratory app and scan these QR codes. They can get this right off of the digital chain of custody. So we print a custody seal. It's a little different type of label. Digital chain of custody. We can print a short hold time label, a rush label, so that they can see this. All the lab has to do is scan that QR code on the custody seal on the cooler, pulls up the digital chain of custody. They then just scan the QR codes on our labels, which will go on the lid of the bottle, and they're able to scan everything in. So it takes a lab login from a 15 to 25 minute process down to a 3 to 5 minute process. So we've really kind of taken this great process, this manual process, this paper process, digitized it, and we're able to create a lot of savings. So again, I'm Russell Schindler. You can learn more at SampleServe.com.